ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to TAP Instructional Videos. Our previous videos, we've covered a lot of, but not all of the items in the beginning inventory, and so this is going to be a potpourri. I'm going to finish up the beginning inventory and walk through these various categories that we either have not spent a lot of time on or none at all, and just point out a few things. And let's start with certificates of deposit. When you're looking at certificates of deposits, and you'll see in the identification bank 1, I think you'll find when you get into the ending inventory, you're not going to remember whether that's a bank account or a CD. So you might want to put in bank 1 CD, or maybe put CD after the number. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward, but I think the identification helps in the long run. Let's take a look at annuities. Annuities is always a strange creature. It's a contract to pay money. Traditionally, way back, annuities were only offered, you put in an investment and it would pay for your life, however long or however short that is. Of course, new financial instruments have come out, and we have tax deferred annuities. Does it belong in the trust at all? Well, only if the trust owns the annuity, or if the annuity, the trust is the beneficiary of the annuity, then you would add that in as a trust asset. Otherwise, that passes outside of the trust. Let's take a look at furniture and personal effects. I mean, there's personal property and there's personal property. So what's all the junk in the garage worth? Okay, junk in the garage. Usually you're going to come up with some catch-all number, make it a trustee estimate based upon the wealth and lifestyle of the particular people you're working with, and you just stick in a number, 25,000, whatever that happens to be. However, if you've got some famous artist painting, then you're going to need to get that appraised, and that's going to come out, at 175,000 or whatever the number is. And of course, we need another zero in there, and we remember how we edit this. It's actually very easy. Pull that up, and there you go. Could be a valuable piece of personal item, a sculpture or a painting or something, or it could be all the other junk that everybody has. Life insurance, same way with annuities. A life insurance annuity is considered a life insurance policy, but you're going to only list that in the trust if it was owned by the trust, quite possible, or if it was going to be the designated beneficiary under the insurance policy. And of course, many times we will do that, especially when there are minor children, because you want to avoid a guardianship, and the insurance company is not going to pay anything out to a minor. Either it's going to come into the trust, or you're going to have to form a guardianship to go ahead and receive those funds. Money owed to the trust. If you have a child that there's been a loan to, or anybody else that there's been a loan to, you would add that in right here. So Mr. Jones owes the trust $1,500. We won't pick on any child. Let's just say it was a friend and he owes $1,500, and there you go. We put that in there on the promissory note. Skipping forward to retirement plans. just a lot of things to know about a retirement plan. The first is whether you have a qualified trust at first. Always remember, when you have retirement plans, of course, they're not going to be owned by the trust. But we have Bill's IRA, and throw in an account number. Bank California is the custodian. Here we designate that as an IRA, and let's just call that $248,000. Okay, $248,000. Somebody passes away. We can't go through all the different rules on IRAs or retirement plans, but just remember a few of these things. Do they or don't they have to take out a required minimum distribution by the end of the year? When are you going to send? Is the trust the beneficiary of the retirement plan? Because if it's not, you would not list it here at all. That's what this delete button is for, okay? But if they are, then you have all these concerns. Do you have a qualified trust? Most likely, but you have some rules that you have to deal with in terms of providing the custodian with copies and taking out required minimum distributions each year, including the year of death. So just a quick reminder there. Vehicles and vessels. If you have a vehicle or a vessel that's coming in through the trust, name it here. I like a 1959 Corvette, to tell you the truth, red preferably, okay? Our VIN number, that's going to be a really long one for that kind of car, and it's pretty good shape, so we'll say 52,000. Well, if you need, you can get a lot of information about cars on Kelley Blue Book and use that for your evaluation. But if you have antique cars or some sort of unusual cars, there are specialists out there that can give you an appraisal. If you're unsure how to contact them, you can do a search online, but you can also talk to your favorite car dealer if you know somebody over there and get some recommendations. Okay, so this is a potpourri. We went through this fairly quickly. Different issues regarding some of our miscellaneous schedules. In our beginning inventory, you can see the list. And we have places for just about everything. Finally, other assets. If you're going to have something under other assets, what could that possibly be? How about a copyright? A book named Seventh Heaven. I don't know what that's going to be about. We can even use our spell check. It's worth $10,000. Put any number you want on there. A patent, any other type of intellectual property that you might have that has some value. You can add that in under other assets. And there's always there's a place for everything in the program to go ahead and put down that information. Okay, that's it for the potpourri on all the miscellaneous schedules that we have and that we didn't have time to talk about in our other videos. A few tips here and there, and I hope that you find that helpful and you have a great day. Vito Lanuti, thank you very much for listening.